Team Jackson, what's happening? So yesterday I got a chance to be a part of a group discussion. It was about 15, maybe 20 people, both men and women. And one of the guys, he stood up and he made a very interesting point, one I never heard before. He admitted to being a narcissist. He admitted to, in his past, telling a woman that she would be nothing without him and doing anything that he could to break her down mentally in order to create like a dependency on him from her. So he did that and was also saying that he was apologetic on behalf of all guys, whoever did this, to all the women in the group. And then he followed it with something that bothered me. He said he did all of that, and most guys do in his position, because it's a cry for help based on the things that they had been through in the past and people that had abandoned them and whatever environment that they grew up in. And it just it got to me, because I'm like, no, and I told him this and I told everybody, like I'm gonna tell y'all, a cry for help doesn't hurt people. A cry for help may garner attention, and you have to read between the lines to properly interpret it, like something that's out of character, like maybe eating a whole lot or drinking a whole lot of alcohol or not going out as much or not being as talkative or smiling as much, like those kind of things. At absolute worst may self-inflict some pain. But mistreatment, that's not a cry for help. That's a crime. And crimes deserve consequences. Crimes are still our responsibility not to commit, no matter how justifiable or relatable the reason is that we commit those things, or at least that we blame on committing those things. Like, if I'm broke or if I'm impoverished, that's relatable. 99% of us have been broke, if not, still are broke today. But if I go and rob your grandmother at gunpoint, that's a crime, and I deserve to face consequences. And the same thing goes for narcissism, for cheating, for general disrespect, whatever the relationship sin is. No matter how legit the issues are in which these actions are rooted, if my cry for help is to hurt somebody else, their responsibility is not to understand or empathize. Their responsibility is to protect themselves. And as a man, mine or any other man's responsibility is to stop or get the help that's needed, not to try and get somebody to understand. And in the past, I've gotten things like, you don't know what he's been through. You don't know what she's been through whenever I call people out, put people out for these types of things. And that may be true. People on the outside of your relationship may not have any idea what that person has been through. But if they know what you've been through, it's still fair to call that out as not being okay. Because yes, it's messed up if he got daddy issues, if his mama was abusive, if he grew up around gang violence or whatever, he got introduced to drugs at a young age, or he was messed with, etc. But him being an innocent victim at the inception of all of that doesn't excuse him from making an innocent victim of the woman who tries to love him. Because at some point, he's going to teach her not to even love herself. And as a woman, you can't go justifying the scars somebody put on your heart because you love the person that's holding the knife. I mean, whose shoulder can you be to lean on if you can't even get off the floor? So y'all let me know what you think in the comments. I'll let y'all later. Peace.